Hey guys, Kruznik back with more Final Fantasy XIV goodness. It is time to run this bitch, and I'm just getting right down into it. Welcome to Keeper of the Lake. This is the first dungeon that we're gonna face in one of the three that we face in Before the Fall. And this proves to be a really awesome one. And so we're gonna get right down to it. So when we last left off, this was happening. So Ishgard wants us to take a look-see at the Keeper of the Lake and the wreckage of the Agrius and see what the fuck is going on here, because apparently Midgard-Zormr issued a cry, and that sort of shit is not good. Oh yeah, it goes that way. But I'm gonna grab this treasure coffer first, so... Oh shit, that's right, I only have one fucking slot in my inventory left. I cannot wait until I get my Dark Knight back in order to advance this further. Alright. First, Our first boss, Einhanda. At least this isn't as complicated as half the dungeons we fought in the last few weeks. Yeah, might want to move out of that fire area. And there we go. I do need to... I know this is wrong to do in the middle of the damn frickin' dungeon, but you know, I just have too much. So I can discard this. What? I can fucking get them later. Okay, that should be more than enough. And now the alarms go off. I hate this part. These alarms piss me off. There we go. Yeah, somebody else can grab the identification key. Oh, thank God that's over. A Magitech gunship, huh? I've faced worse. Now, if I were a Dark Knight, I'd be tanking this so well as Dark Knight. Almost there. And it's dead. What do we got? Spell of casting, some Axisin, a varlet's ring, and a petrified log. I just want to check out an item comparison. Yeah, the Judgment Ring offending can stay. Alright, here we go. Last rig of the race. I am more than willing to take damage for the team. Because those Magitech beams also frickin' hurt the enemies too, so... I just want to make sure I get my Circle of Scorn back before I frickin' do much of anything. Here we go. Mapping the realm. Keeper of the lake.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet?
What the? Midgard Zormer's alive?
Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Alright, let's do this. Come then, thou shalt be weighted in the balances. Thou shalt receive of my breath, and ye shall live once more. It's a good thing I remember this frickin' fight. Hearken to me, mortal, and now know that I am thy lord. You can show your disdain all you want. Into thee I place my spirit. Rise, my child, and join the chorus. I'm not even... Alright, let's turn and burn them. So thou art gifted. And we've got to the dungeon 6. Well, we pwned them. Might as well give it to the healer.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve.
You're still alive?
Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Seven children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at an end.
What?
Trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent.
What?
Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee.
What the hell? You just said you wouldn't harm us! What the hell? The crystals? What's this about? What? They're all black. What the hell?
callest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more.
What the hell?
The covenant binds me to thee.
The covenant?
I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
You may summon Midgard Zormer by selecting this corresponding entry within your minion guide under character in the main menu. So I can now summon the Midgard Zormer minion. Might as well pull him out. There he is. Father of Dragons, Keeper of the Lake, Bane of the 14th Legion. While it is difficult to believe the Yalm-Long pup could be any of these things, he assures you his current form is only temporary while he awaits the reconstruction of a new corporeal vessel. Well, what the hell? Let's summon him. Yeah, he's adorable. Yeah, it doesn't look like he likes to sit on people's shoulders. I don't know. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? But you shouldn't waste time talking to me. Alfino left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. Hey Kevin, how's it going? Okay, back in Mordona. So, I don't know what the hell that was, but by Midgard Zormer's words, I think he just stripped us of the blessing of light that Heidelin gave us. Which, quite frankly, is fucked up. I don't know why he did that, but we'll find out eventually. Hopefully. Oh, Thancred's all better again. Alright, let's go see Alfino. Wonder what he fucking wants. I think my right eye is bloodshot, but we'll see. Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Emeric's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it. Then I would hear your report. Come on, voiceovers. Nope. You conversed with Midgard Zorma? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection, and more a rejuvenation for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Emeric immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Zorma in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Emeric's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray, remain here for now. Is there something you're not telling us, Bayan? You seem different somehow. 'Tis almost as if you are missing something. Something important. 12 for Fend. Midgard Zorma stripped you of the blessing of light? Are you all right? How do you feel? I feel fine. I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Zorma made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls state that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althik Indemea, brother of Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Zorma ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke, and 'twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. You, art thou a pawn, or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal? I have a feeling I'm not going to hear the end of him.
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Worm Lord and lived to tell the tale.
Oh yeah, freaking voiceovers now!
I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other.
Wait, you said two?
The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Oh, we definitely will. So, now what?
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries. Nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of this situation. Though it was not Midgard-Zorma who roared, a call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our fears are unfounded. Yeah, let's hope. Ere I forget, I believe Monbrena has requested the gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray, inform her that our business with these Guardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Oh, whoops. That's right, she's not in there. Went the wrong way like a dipshit. All done with your talk of dragons? Wonderful! Because Ascians are next on the menu. Let's head to the Salar, shall we? Hey, Trexie, how's it going? Alright, let's talk Ascians.
Now that everything's calmed down a bit...
Going great yourself.
I thought it might be a good time to share our progress on the weapon.
Not bad.
I believe we're on the verge of a breakthrough.
Oh, here we go.
Well, don't keep us all in suspense.
Just in case anyone's forgotten, let's start by reviewing what we already know. So, an Ascian is an immortal because its soul doesn't return to the ethereal realm when its host is defeated. Instead, it flees to the place that lies between our world and the void. Therefore, the first step to permanently defeating an Ascian is preventing its soul from making this journey. And if you recall, when we last gathered here, I had verified that white auracite has adequate capacity to entrap the beings, albeit only briefly.
Oh boy.
Which left the small matter of their extermination.
Aye. To unmake an Ascian soul, one must needs smite it with a concentrated burst, or blade, of purest ether. However, we wanted for both the data and the means to forge such a weapon.
Short of experimenting on an actual Ascian, you see, there's no way to gauge how much ether its soul is made of. As such, we don't know what etheric density our blade needs to have in order for it to work.
So we'll just have to make the densest blade we can and hope for the best. Though that would require a lot of ether. Hang on a minute. Why didn't we think of this before?
I put a hold on my Pokemon's hunting. I am running out of balls because there's no Wi-Fi when I walk outside. Need to stop by a free Wi-Fi place.
Please tell me you're joking. God's sakes, Ida. I feel as though I'm reliving the same scene over and over with you. How many times do you need to be told that white auracite cannot store ether for long periods? Being intangible matter, ether is given to dispersion. Only in its crystallized form is it a stable source of energy. I will test you later on this, so see to it you do not forget.
Right, yes. It's all coming back to me.
No, it's not.
So our hopes rest on good old crystals again, do they? While they are certainly reliable, they leave something to be desired in the area of portability.
Indeed. I am reminded of the quantity of corrupted crystals required to thwart Leviathan, and the extraordinary lengths to which the Laminsons went to transport them. What if it should prove that a similar quantity was needed to destroy an Ascian's soul? Or still more?
I do not envy the poor sod who has to lug all of that around, on the off chance that an Ascian appears.
That's the very problem we set out to solve. And I reckon we've found the answer. If it isn't practical to lug around the ether we need, we'll just have to draw upon another source.
It better be good.
And the only viable source is the land.
If you mean to tap the great river of ether, know that it will entail considerable risk. Meddling with the currents may well induce a surge like to the one which despoiled Mordona.
Give me a bit more credit, will you? Why would we need to tap the river when there are veritable reservoirs jutting out all over the land? I speak of corrupted crystals. It might be that their aspect is out of balance, but a crystal's a crystal. It contains ether, and we can help ourselves to it.
While corrupted crystals are indeed abundant, there is no guarantee that they will be in close proximity at a crucial moment.
But what if we don't need them to be? What if we could tap their power from afar? A malm away, say? If we could do that, we'd have ready access to ether aplenty in almost every corner of Eorzea. I've yet to put my theories to the proof, but I've got a good feeling about this. If no one has any objections, I'd like to see where this avenue leads.
This had better fucking work.
If you think it's worth your while, you have my blessing. But tell us, what are your theories? I, for one, am most eager to understand the process, however vaguely.
I thought you might say that. But no one wants to listen to boring old theories all day, do they? I know I don't. So with your permission, I'd like to try something a bit more hands-on. I've already built an Etheric Siphon especially for this purpose, and I've been meaning to try it out. Thing is, the profusion of corrupted crystals in Mordona makes it something of a high-risk testing ground. If anything goes awry with the siphon, it would be better if it didn't happen within spitting distance of quite so much ether. Ideally, I need an isolated specimen. Does anyone know where I can find one?
May I suggest northern Thanalan? There you will find corrupted crystals of middling size, standing a reasonable distance apart. Ideal for your needs, I should have thought. Oh, and if you do elect to visit the place, I should be much obliged if you would assist me in another matter while you are in the area.
Has something happened?
Oh boy.
Movement has been observed at Castrum Meridianum.
Oh, great.
During Operation Archon, the Alliance dealt the stronghold a heavy blow. Its facilities were extensively damaged, and its garrison reduced to a fraction of its former strength. Not long after our forces withdrew, however, their ranks were replenished by reinforcements from Castrum's sentry. They now seek to rebuild, and to this end they have their sights set upon the ceruleum processing plant. Having lost the Empire's support, the 14th Legion lacks the resources to sustain itself. To them, this is a bid for survival, and they will doubtless fight like desperate men. Though I have dispatched the Crystal Braves, I fear their strength alone may not suffice to stay the Imperial assault. I would request the Scion's aid in the defensive effort.
If I didn't know better, I'd say you were trying to inveigle us into fighting your battle with the promise of shiny crystals. Well then, consider me inveigled. I won't lie, the crystals you speak of sound perfect, so the Garleans have to go. Besides, we can't afford to beat about the bush. There's no telling when the Arsians will next appear.
Thine eagerness to hurl thyself into the jaws of danger cometh as little surprise. Exercise due caution, I prithee.
Though you have become a Crystal Brave, you are yet a Scion, Alphino. We could hardly refuse you. Pray, join the Crystal Braves and lend them your support. Thancred and Papalymo shall accompany you.
Alright. If you want to do this bullshit, then fine by me.
In the meantime, I would have you assist Moonbreeder. Scout out the crystal clusters, that the testing may commence as soon as the Garlean threat has been eliminated.
If it please you, I shall continue mine own experiments on white orosite.
Thank you, Urianger. Everyone, pray see to your preparations and depart as soon as you are able. Go well, and be safe.
Yep. Go forth and be garbage people in public. Yeah, that's our default setting. Alright. As much as I would... Oh, wait. There's a... I think there's an end to this quest right now. So, let's see. 'Twould seem that events have once more conspired to rob us of rest and recuperation. Though I would wish it otherwise, I must ask that you head straight away to the processing plant. The Fourth have already deployed to the area, and await the arrival of the Scions. Wilred will brief you on the developing situation. Meanwhile, I must rendezvous with Captain Ilbed at our headquarters in Ul'dah. I shall take command of our forces there with a lighter heart, knowing that you go to support the front lines. Oh, this had better be good. Your duties take you to Northern Dunland, do they not? We too must say our farewells to the Rising Stones for a time. Philemon travels to Ul'dah, and we shall serve as her escort. At my daughter's behest, I go to contact certain old acquaintances in the Gilded City. We are beset on all sides by civil unrest and imperial machinations, threatened by primals and troubled by dragons. We need all the allies we can muster. Many of my friends hold positions of power, you see, and it is my hope that they can be convinced to aid the Scion's cause. If past events have taught us anything, then we know that Eorzea must present a united front, or we shall fall. How extraordinary that my little Acilia is involved in such far-reaching affairs. I am proud that I might now stand at her side, not only as a mother, but also as a colleague. a colleague with influential connections, but I fear that Old Dar has become a place of danger even for one so familiar with her streets. Bah! Woe beside the blackguard that so much as glares in your direction, milady. I shall be well protected, it seems. Shall we be on our way, then? Alright. Take care, you guys. Alright, let's head back to the cerulean. Alright, we're off to the cerulean processing plant. Okay, where are they? There's Wilred. Commander Levelier said that you'd be coming. A veteran of your towns is most welcome. Not that I don't think we can handle the situation, mind you. I learned a trick or two since that disaster with the Amalja. But returning to the task at hand. The Flames reconnaissance scouts have reported Imperial soldiers assembling at Raubon's push. Such a force is likely interested in only one thing, getting their hands on the resources found here at the processing plant. The Garleans could begin marching on us at any time, and I think it's time we speak with Lieutenant Edelstein to finalize our counter-strategy. How much longer do we have to fucking do this? Sergeant Orlnir! My soldiers tell tales of your deeds during Operation Archon. Would that we could sit a while and reminisce about old times. Are the Garleans on the move, then? Not as such. The civilian draughtsmen have, however, come across several highly suspicious crates within the boundaries of the processing plant. I had my sappers take a closer look and our worst fears were confirmed. These boxes contain powerful explosive devices. Devices of Imperial design, no less. Found inside the plant, you say? But how? We've had guards stationed around the perimeter day and night. 'Tis likely the plant was infiltrated long before the Braves arrived. Master Thancred! Have the Scions come in force, then? All who could be spared, yes. Now, there are likely more of these Imperial explosives throughout the place, so I suggest we spread out and conduct a thorough sweep of the compound. Considering the volatile nature of ceruleum, allowing even one such device to escape our search may lead us to enjoying an uncomfortably close view of a rather spectacular explosion. Right then. I'll pass the word on to the fourth. What exactly would we do with these crates should we find them? Bring them here to me. Carefully, mind you. My sappers will render the devices harmless, as they did with the first batch we found. Very well. Let's get started, shall we? How much longer do I have to deal with these frickin' This fucking quest is gonna be the death of me. Alright, let's go find this shit. There's one. I've only found one suspicious container thus far, and it contained naught but the remains of some hurried worker's midday repast. There's two. There's Ida. What's Ida doing there? I'm having a contest with Papa Limo to see who can find the most explosives. I may have forgotten to mention it to him before I started looking. You are hopeless, Ida. Oh, there's Monbrida. I've done some exploring and located the perfect place where I might conduct my experiment. A pity then that we must deal with all this Garlean nonsense before I can begin testing my theories. I just need to find one more. Huh? Nope, that ain't it. There's one more crate around here. Where is the crate? Maybe I should check on the roofs. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't there a way to get up to that? I could have remembered there was a way. Yep, there it is. Going up. Yeah, you gotta be careful on these stairs. Wow, someone put a crate like right here. Alright, there we go. Should you discover any containers that appear out of place, then hand them over to me. My sappers will determine whether or not these objects are explosives, and then disarm them should they prove to be so. There are 4 of those blasted things? I'll have our engineers disassemble them at once. Fine work as always, Sergeant Ornier. The entire compound has now been scoured from top to bottom, so I should hope that that's the last we've seen of these explosives. Our troubles with Castra Meridianum, however, are far from over. Scouts have returned with news of movement on the front. Alright, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a bit of an ice cream break because my nana just texted me and said that they're going out for ice cream and I want ice cream. And I also need to change out of my pants because I'm wearing shorts. I don't wear shorts, people. Those of you who know me in real life know that I stick to jeans. And it's very cold right now. Anyways, when we continue, we will continue patch 2.5, aka Before the Fall, Part 1. Until then, Kruznik X out!